First of all, this is a really bizarre piece of clothing. Like, I actually don't know what it is. I don't know if it's meant to fit you like a proper jumper or like what it's supposed to do. It just doesn't fit. Like, it looked good on the model and then on me it just kind of... no. Hey guys, it's the Gamer Untamed, and today I'm going to be talking to you about an issue that is of personal importance to me, and it has been lingering in the media for quite some time now, and that is the incomprehensible problem that society has with violent video games, and why they explicitly shouldn't be banned, because that would be just ridiculous. Society has an incomprehensible problem with video games. In spite of the growth and wide acceptance of the medium, the profound breadth of imagination and artistry it provides, and its level of entertainment value, there still seems to be this lingering sensitivity and revilement surrounding video games as a method of recreation and amusement. There are many fallacies tied to video games and video gamers as a collective community. Many people base these stereotypical views off hasty generalizations. These misconceptions occur when society is basing a broad conclusion off a small sample. Countless numbers of people believe that video games are the cause of violent behaviour in young children and adolescents, and thus dare to justify their claims on the unfortunate irony surrounding many psychologically disturbed criminal offenders. This is so wrong. There is no justifiable reason for classifying video games as explicitly violent when the majority of video games in this day and age contain some degree of violent themes. I understand classification with regards to ratings and genre, but to separate violent video games from other video games simply for containing more violence is merely ridiculous. Video games are video games. End of story. Video games are a form of entertainment, which allows the player to engage in a fictional virtual reality, separated from the burdens of actuality. I know I personally find that enjoyable. I don't always want to be living in this real world. Sometimes fiction is more interesting to me. If you have the intention to place a ban on violent video games, Mr. Government Official, you may as well ban all other forms of violent entertainment. Film, television, music, literature, and the internet. The thought of there being a secondary occurrence of Nazi book burnings makes me want to punch a fly. And yes, I'm going to go through the hassle of punching flies. That's what I'm going to do. In the last decade, video games have managed to supplant film as leaders of the entertainment industry, offering its consumers the chance to delve into a creative world that is deeper than other entertainment formats. Video games range from colourful and sentimental simulations such as the Sims series to philosophical and cyberpunk roleplays such as the Deus Ex franchise, which deal with potentially disastrous real-world issues. I don't know about you, but if augmentation started to infect humanity, I'd want to go back to what they did in Deus Ex to see how they solved the bloody problem. Video games allow the consumer to feel less like spectators and more like they are taking an active role in an interactive narrative, where they can feel like they are making a difference to a greater purpose. Let me give you a statistic so you can just stop and think about that for a little bit. More than 1.3 billion people are playing video games worldwide. Yeah, think about that, that's a lot of people. The industry itself has generated $115 so far this year, and it's not even September yet. We're still going. If that's not verification for the continuous rise of the significance and importance of video games, I don't know what is, because that's a lot of bloody money. $115 billion? Crap. Okay, yeah, I acknowledge that there are some video games that do have suggestive themes and can impact individuals in a negative way, but I don't believe that you can blame the video game for the violent actions of an individual. For example, here's an analogy. If a gun was sitting on a table, would you blame the gun for going on a murderous rampage? No, because guns don't kill people. People kill people. Therefore, if you placed a video game on a table, would you blame the video game for making a person, play the game and then go on a murderous rampage? No, makes no sense. Analogy solved. Rating systems and classifications exist for a reason, and unless a child is purchasing a video game stealthily off the internet without their parents' knowledge, there is no excusable way for a parent not to be blamed for their own ignorance. If members within society wish to place the ignorant blame of behavioural problems and violence of individuals on video games, they should apply the same criticism to all other forms of entertainment. Yes, thank you. Your stupidity is well welcomed. All video games are violent is a slogan often tossed in the faces of those who merely enjoy and relish in a different form of entertainment, which is a microcosm of art and storytelling. The controversy as to whether video games should be considered or classified as a form of artistic expression has been consistently questioned within the framework of society. The ability of video games to tell a fanatical fable or realistic account of historical events has been present in video games over the past 5 years. Video games such as Bioshock Infinite, The Last of Us, and Beyond Two Souls, which do supposedly have violent themes, have surpassed the mere parameters of what is expected of a video game, creating a timeless representation of human creative skill and imagination. Inherently violent video games such as Grand Theft Auto 5, Doom, and Modern Warfare, no surprise, have been criticized for their violent content and evocative themes. Yet these video games, which are supposedly too violent, have a really strong narrative, and in the recent years, directors have endeavored to highlight the consequences of violent behavior in an attempt to rectify what wasn't actually incorrect in the first place. For example, in Sleeping Dogs, you are penalized for running people over and damaging property. You get fined. And you know, all these other consequences. You get the cops onto you and it's bloody annoying. What really annoys me is that there is no consequences for people who run people over in films. It's just equality, people. It's not that difficult. Urgh! It is through the context of video games that I am able to explore an entirely digitally crafted world, as if I'm delving into a painting or the pages of a novel, and I really love to do that. If that is not the ultimate art form, I don't know what is. I think the mass majority of people can recognize and are able to separate between what is fictional and what is reality. It seems to me that those who are questioning the validity and importance of quality video gaming, which serves as an entertaining, sociable, meaningful, creative and imaginative purpose, are snide, uptight and academic men. Thank you so much. You are such valuable people to society. The question as to whether violent video games have the potential to cause aggression and consequential behavioural problems are not directly correlated. Video games do have a positive effect on humanity and those who choose to play video games. They have the ability to enrich one's imagination, increase our determination, improve our problem-solving skills, and improve our reflex abilities, or whatever it's freaking called, reflexes. In my personal opinion, if we can apply the positive traits earned through video games to real-life situations, perhaps more people will hold video games in a higher regard and realize that video gamers can positively enrich and influence societies of the future. End of song. So thank you for listening to me ramble on about my opinions, and I hope you enjoyed listening to my opinions. Don't forget to leave your opinions in the comment section below. Chuck this video a like and don't forget to share it. And of course, as per usual, don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I'll be releasing a new video next week, as I do every single week, and hopefully I'll be able to review Life is Strange by next Sunday, Saturday. Woohoo! So that's cool. And I will talk to you guys soon. Oh, bye! All video games are violent is a slogan often tossed in the faces of those who merely enjoy and relish in a form of entertainment that is different from creative and imaginative. Oh my god! Very annoying!